Hello, my name is Hector and I am a psychic medium. What does that mean? I do readings, I do healings, I do cleansings. I can read the past, the present, and I can tell you about your future. Not only that, I can also cleanse energy. But if there's spirits around you, say relatives or other entities, I can usually communicate and pass along the messages. Right now I want to talk about life's cycles. Everybody knows we're born, we live, and we pass. There's a lot of things that happen in between, even while we're in our mother's womb. It can affect us. The other day I read a woman and I said, "You're having a lot of issues with your son, right? Is he about 8, 10 years old?" And she says, "Yes, he's 8 years old." I went straight for her belly. I said, "When you were pregnant with him, do you remember what was going on in your life emotionally?" And she started crying. Her husband left her. Her mother died. It was a series of events or cycles that affected her. But in turn, the fetus was affected. Not because it was the life path for that child, but because while it was in its mother's womb, it picked up all that emotional garbage. I gave her some techniques to mitigate those circumstances, so before that child became an adult, these problems that were not theirs to begin with would go away. We go through cycles that we say, "Oh my God, why?" Yes, there are stars out there that are very favorable, and there are stars that are definitely not. Some are stars that cause disease. I recently told someone, well, a while back already, that they were going through a cycle with the star of complications, as I called it. Nothing would go right. And I asked them, look back to 3 or so years, and they said correct. I also told them at a certain time, in his case, I think it was February, that star will go away and things will get better. And sure enough, after February, that young man's life has gotten so much better. Sometimes it's nothing you think you do. Although we blame ourselves. When things go wrong, what did we do wrong? If you're in a relationship and your spouse, your boyfriend leaves you, what did I do wrong? No, sometimes it's a life cycle you're going through. Understanding that can help you correct it before it gets out of hand or you lose what you gained. For example, on a year where the cycle is open doors, anything you do is good. A move, a change of job, new relationship. On a year, or sometimes cycles are small, 3 months. If you're in one of those cycles, I would recommend, if I talk to you, listen, in the next 6 months, you're going to have a horrible cycle. That doesn't mean it's going to affect you horribly as long as you don't take any chances. So during the next 6 months, no going on vacation, no changing jobs. Don't do anything dangerous. Low key. When it's over, you're back to your normal luck. That is life. And understanding and figuring out when those cycles happen will help you in your business life, in your personal life, in life in general. I had a gentleman a few years back that came to me. He wanted to open a business. He had a nice job. He was making 80-some thousand a year. I said, go, risk it. Do whatever you need to do because the star around you says the star is the limit. He took a second mortgage on the home, tapped out 3 full credit cards. It's been now maybe 3 or 4 years. He has over 80 employees and 16 trucks. He is doing great. I mean, his life changed from that regular job. I think he told me this year his personal salary was close to $1 million. Can you imagine on the right cycle, you pulling that trigger? That's why people come to me, to find out when is the correct and when it's not. At the beginning, I don't know if you remember Bitcoin. It's something that blew up a few years ago. At the beginning, somebody asked me, should I? I said, put everything into it. Everything. I don't care if you got to take a loan out. Within 3 years, he made over $60 million. Granted, that is the exception. Most of our lives are meant to be lived in a certain path. I cannot take you out of that. Look, I think life is in 90 degrees. If you're here, you're in mud. If you're here, you walk on water. Most of us navigate here. Through energy work and knowing about the cycles, we can move you to your positive side. So When you're ready to find out about your cycles and your life and how to better it, go to my website, check out the calendar, and book an appointment. I know I can make a difference in yours. Have a good day.